Today we are back with our Studying the Pro series, where we break down gameplay from some of the best Warzone players out there. Now we're going to be breaking down a 66 kill win here from Nixstah, which is the current Rebirth Island world record, and throughout this, I'm going to be giving you some tips and things that you can focus on regardless of your skill level that will allow you to start to drop higher kill games. Now, he's getting landed on here, so real quick before we get into the action, link to his Twitch and YouTube down in the comments. Make sure you guys go check him out after this video here. He is hands down one of the best Warzone Resurgence players out there, is constantly dropping high kill games. Now, him getting landed on in prison shouldn't surprise you. I've talked about this in previous videos if you are subscribed. Rebirth is the fastest Resurgence map that we play on, and we're going to see this throughout this. It's faster than Vandal, faster than Ashika, and faster than Fortune's Keep. So throughout this, we are going to be paying attention to his pacing and his decision making. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that you're going to play as fast as Nixstah. So what we're going to do is kind of take away four simple things that you can take away from this gameplay that will really help you out. Number one is, of course, going to be information. Now, 66 kills, 40-something of those come in prison right here, and then the rest come in endgame when circle pulls. But we're going to be paying attention to minimap pings after a kill. We're going to be paying attention to weapon pings and also why he is pushing the enemy that he's pushing. Now, number two is going to be centering. Want to win more gunfights, guys? The number one tip to winning more gunfights is centering. The first shot is so important, and right here, you see that he takes absolutely no damage whatsoever. That would allow him to challenge another enemy if that second enemy is close. But more importantly, as he turns his corner, he heard that crate open. Notice the centering right there. As he pops up from this slide cancel, that puts him at chest, neck, and head level, which gives him that fast TTK, allows him to easily get that kill right there. Here's parachute pull, one flying in. So far, guys, we obviously have information and we have centering. Now, you should absolutely immediately act on this anytime you see it. He's playing quads here. Two enemies above him, but we see this little solo player right here. This is a 1v1 fight. Anytime you see that, you should go push that very quickly. That's exactly what he's going to do. Now, remember what I told you here in terms of his centering. Watch the hip fire here. This is a TR-76 Geist AR. Doesn't matter. One of the biggest things that Nixstah does to take less damage in gunfights is he hip fires. Sometimes he commits to the hip fire. Sometimes he does what he does right here, which is he hip fires there, right, to get that first shot off. Then he, as the guy is kind of pushing around him and kind of not breaking his camera, but making it a little bit harder to track him, he is going to back up. He's going to hip fire and then re-ADS, which allows him to get that kill. And it's super, super quick. We're going to see him do that a lot, which the number four thing that we're going to pay attention to, so I'm going to get all four of these out of the way now so we can pay attention to it completely moving forward, is going to be strafing, specifically strafing backwards and opening up his FOV, allowing him to keep his aim assist and not get his camera broken. Now watch this play right here. We'll break this one down. I think this is important. This is important when we talk about pacing of Rebirth Island. So lot to unpack here, okay? Lot to unpack here. First things first, as he turns the corner, doesn't really have the information that there's two enemies right here, is able to drop shot and gets caught by this enemy completely off guard. Now, when we talk about these close quarters on Rebirth Island, sometimes it's all about just breaking the line of sight. That's what you should be thinking about. How do I break the line of sight? Can I use this angle? Can I do that angle? Like, always thinking about that. Line of sight is broken. Line of sight is broken. Honestly, he was going to push through here and probably play this wall, except for the fact that we have this enemy who's on a separate team, and now we're in a really bad spot between two teams. That's part of fighting in prison. So what does he do? He works his way back. Now he gets caught off guard again, right? Line of sight is broken. He's already set up the reach out. He's already committed to re-challenging this enemy, but by breaking the line of sight, it forces your enemy to second guess. Am I going to chase him? Am I going to anticipate him? Like, what is this? What is he going to do? So he pushes right back through. Obviously, we see right here, he catches this enemy completely off guard, and all we need with how fast the TTK in Warzone is a little window. There's the little window. And by the way, he did drop shot there as well, just in case that enemy did track. We'll see this again later on. I want you to remember that play right there, because we'll circle back. By the way, guys, we are 20,000 subscribers short of 300,000. If you are looking to get better, make sure you are subscribed down below. And I want to talk about this, and we're going to let this thing roll, I promise. But there's a lot of things that I want to get out of the way early so we can talk about these things and really pay attention. I can kind of call back to him. Gets the down right here. Now, this is one of the most simple moves that you can learn. It's an advanced combination, but it's a simple movement. It is a slide cancel. Okay, let's slow this down. It is a slide cancel, okay? So right here, the slide cancel means the enemy is aiming this way, right? The enemy's aiming. We've already given ourselves a little window. Now, how do we take less damage? As we pop up here, again, we notice those high damage areas because now we're standing up. What we are going to do is jump and strafe. So it is a slide cancel, and then we jump and strafe kind of back to where we were coming from, knowing this enemy is going to overcorrect. Watch, it happens all the time. Enemy overcorrects right there, and what happens? We're able to get that kill. More importantly, though, we only take half a plate of damage. And a lot of times the key to fighting outnumbered and getting more kills is taking less damage because, you know, the less damage we take, the quicker we can get back into the fight. Challenges that enemy. Doesn't wait to get pushed. He challenges him. Now, remember what I talked about early, guys, information. One of the most important things when it comes to information is not only taking in what you are going to currently act on and like the minimap pings after a kill, but other information as well. And we see this right here. You see how quick he pushed down, but why did he push down right there? As he gets the thirst, okay, we see his eyes go to the minimap. Now, where are these enemy teammates are right here. Okay, so this is an enemy teammate right here, and this is an enemy teammate right here. But what does he notice? He picks up on this. He picks up on this enemy right here and says, this is a quick and easy push. This is a 1v1 fight. He thinks it's a 1v1 fight. Then he kind of reacts to the situation as he pushes down and sees two enemies here. Down to enemy number one. He's going to push right in, use the smoke to his advantage. Now he pushes out of the smoke to get that aim assist again. And what do we see there? We see the hip fire, right? So you kind of see how the pacing is fast, but he's not doing anything crazy. He's acting on information. Okay, the one play with the drop shot and the re-challenge was kind of crazy, but he's just acting on this next piece of information. Sees a bunch of enemies above, sees those weapon pings. He's immediately going to act on it. There's enemy number one. What does he see? One enemy on his level. Down below, on his level, re-challenge. Another one back behind him. What does he do? Expect that guy to re-challenge, right? Okay, that's just predictable. I mean, guys, can I break this down for a second? If you're this enemy, okay, I want you to think about this enemy. Actually, no. Think about the back one. Think about this enemy that's behind him, right? I want you to think about this guy, okay? If you are the teammate of this enemy, okay? So this is you, and this is your teammate, okay? What would you do in this situation? Like, think about this. What would you do in this situation? Okay, let's play enemy. Oh, on me. Oh, you re-challenge, and then that leads you to an easy death. Now, pushes right back in based on the information. Notice that right there was the jumping backwards, right? See how he jumped backwards to open up that FOV? By the way, what's he acting on? He's acting on this ping right here on his level. Immediately pushes back in. Watch him open it up. Jump backwards. That opens up, allows him to recenter, and he also is using that hip fire to his advantage. One to the left side here, one flying in. He's immediately going to act on this. Watch him commit to one enemy here. Doesn't try to do the whole, like, let me try to get both. He's just going to commit to one. He's at 17 already. It's so crazy. So crazy. One around the corner. Got caught off guard by that guy. Now he immediately works this enemy that was around here. One on his level around the corner. Quick reload and we challenge. We don't wait for that guy. We don't wait for him. We challenge him. We put the pressure on him. One down below. One up above. One to the right side. Audio. Downed. On his level. You see how quick he reacts to that? Now, look, that's reaction time. I can't teach you reaction time. That's just something that you're going to have to play around with here. That's something you're going to have to adjust to. But you can see it right here. Downed. Thirsted. Eyes go to the minimap right here, right? So what do we see? Immediately turns, challenges this enemy. Drop shot to take less damage. And that's the pacing, guys. Pacing is information plus execution. The ability to catch information, catch weapon pings, those solo players that are on your level, as well as the execution to take less damage. That's how we start to play faster and get more kills. Yeah, he's on a heater right here. 21 already. Not sure where anybody is. This is the audio bug, right? We don't know where this guy is, but we do see some weapon pings, so that's what he's going to act on. Guy tried to break it, and now he's got an HRM. By the way, Renetti was nerfed if you're watching this on, what's today? If you're watching this on Thursday, Renetti was nerfed. So we're back to the HRM for now. Can I give you a quick tip here, guys? When you are fighting multiple teams or enemies or whatnot, you have to pay attention to these indicators, because what you're going to see here and why Nixstah keeps shooting so long here is, notice he gets the indicator there. There's the break, and then he loses aim assist. It actually takes him to this second enemy that's behind, and he obviously gets a new indicator here, which immediately tells him there's two enemies. And obviously, he eventually saw that second enemy too. On his level to the left side. 1, 2, challenge immediately around the corner. Look at the centering constantly. Hip fire. Yep, hip fire to track. Right back down low. No, he's going to stay up. Watch, he's got loadout down there. Good shots. Second enemy's further back. He's going to work his way to loadout here. Now, he is also using the Renetti in this gameplay, guys. He is using the Renetti in this gameplay, which just helps with his pacing a little bit because, obviously, it allows him to get cleaner kills. Also means he could die, like, immediately if he runs into the wrong enemy, which he does in a little bit. Now, the tough part about here, guys, is, like, he's in a really bad spot. Like, he can just get shot from so many different angles. He's got to be really careful of that. And, by the way, never trust the minimap after an occupation scan. It doesn't tell the full picture. Obviously, it's no secret. It doesn't tell us what enemies went down, right? So don't trust that completely. Good shots there. Obviously, just kind of finessing here a little bit. Trusting high alert throughout this, right? Notice perk package here. He's not running double time. He's running sleight of hand, Mountaineer, quick fix, and high alert. I personally prefer double time because I think it makes movement much more fluid. A lot of these, you know, pro players and better players are running double time and sleight of hand just because it allows us to get back in the action, and double time's not as important in those close quarters. This guy's going to jump. Good shots there. Notice he jumped backwards here. Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit here to open up his FOV. Boom, jumps backwards. Just in case that guy keeps jumping at him, Nixstah's going to keep pulling back. He's at 32 here. By the way, I told you he wasn't going to leave prison. I told you he's just going to keep fighting here. Look, high kill games are about finding the action. Sometimes you're just in the action. What does he act on right there? Just minimap pings. I want you to start to pay attention to those, guys. Start to pay attention to the minimap pings. One above. No, wait, and then it was one on his level. Watch it flip. Watch it flip right here. Barely notice this, okay? That's above. See this right here? See this little arrow? There's barely an arrow, but then it's going to flip. It's going to flip right about there. Now he's on his level. Good shots. 35, obviously. 6 other teams left here. This could have been crazier if this lobby had stayed healthy. Now he's got to figure out where the action is. Shots over to the right side here. So we're immediately going to go act on that. Bunch down below. One straight ahead. Yeah, and he dies. He just lost that 50-50. That was really good shots by that enemy. So now we got to go ahead and think about regaining. To anybody who wants to say he's cheating and his cheats popped up, guys, this is literally Steam. You can see it in the top left corner. Relax. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, that was his cheats popping up. He's cheating. We saw it. It's the Steam menu. Relax. Holy smokes. Okay. He has no loadout up, by the way. No loadout up because he didn't buy loadout earlier. This is the situation that I tell you guys to be very careful of, by the way. If he had taken, you know, obviously I'm not telling him to slow down here because I'm never going to tell Nixstah to slow down, but just take note of this situation where getting that loadout is going to be really difficult because he's got to kind of fight his way back to it or figure out what actually... Hold up, wait a minute. This was the mistake that he made here. You got to be really smart about how you do this, but you got 11 grand here. He should have just went and bought a loadout immediately. Just went and bought one and threw another one down instead of trying to fight his way over. But look, he's thinking about pacing here. That's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about how quick can I get back into the action. Look at all the action on his level. And by the way, this is 2 teams. Like, this is a team right here, and this is a team right here. This is pretty obvious. So 2 teams right here. Watch him break this guy's camera, by the way. This skin right here from the boys. Remember how I told you about setting up the re-challenge? This guy has a Renetti. This guy has Nixstah's Renetti, which means he cannot challenge this guy head on. If he tries to challenge this guy head on, he's going to die instantly. So what does he do? He's going to break the line of sight and immediately go re-challenge to the drop shot. And look, even there with the drop shot, because of that immediate drop shot, this guy is shooting over top of him. That's why Nixstah immediately drops down. I think he plays Claw, by the way. I think there is an advantage to Claw. I know paddles are obviously very, very popular. If you're not running paddles and you're running a normal controller, bumper, jumper, tactical flipped is the way to go. It's better than nothing. But, you know, Claw and paddles are really the way to start to get that better movement and be able to drop shot immediately. All he's looking for at this point is a Renetti because he can do this. Re-challenge. Notice he sets up, he breaks that line of sight just for a second to, you know, set up that re-challenge, and he's right back in. It's one of the biggest things that you can be doing. And you just see this pacing, guys. It's information. It's that centering. It's strafing, but backwards, right? Opening up that FOV, and of course, hip firing. Now, we still have 1:07 left on respawn. He's at 39. Got to start to figure out how we want to play this. Bunch of people down below here. Notice the minimap pings. Gotta see those. We hear the shooting, and then we look at minimap to see exactly where they are. And keep in mind with oh, I love this. Watch this. I cannot wait for the comments here. That is definitely a little bit sus, right? Like, definitely a little bit sus there. You know, Oh, man. How did he know he was there? These are the things you guys miss. Not all of you, but a lot of you. He's right here. Just a little bit of movement. Watch it again. Don't pay attention to it. I want you to look at the center of the screen and pay attention to your peripherals. You'll see the movement. You see that? You see it now? Now, when he turns this corner, there's only one spot he can be, right? In this corner, at which point he centers. Just easily gets that kill. But those are the little things a lot of you miss. Everybody down below, there's number 1. I don't know if you caught that, but there were 2 guys, so we wait for enemy number 2. And multiple enemies above as well. Holy smokes, the pacing of this is wild. The pacing of this is wild, but it comes from the information and execution. Push your way up. He just fell off. Little jump spot there in case you didn't know. And we're going to get into Endgame as well. You know, Endgame's important. He picks up a lot of kills when respawn's disabled. 1, high alerted, re-challenge, set it up. You got to jump out that window now. You see how often he sets up that re-challenge? And it's immediate, guys. I can tell you right now, he's already committed to the reach-out. You can already see it right here. He's barely around this wall. He's already turning. Notice he gets the shots right there. He gets the break. So at this moment, he has the advantage. He has more health than this enemy around the corner, and now he just needs to keep that pressure on. Only 5 teams left at this point. He's wiped a bunch. But let's see what he does from here. I mean, he's got fire sale up. He doesn't really know where many people are. Obviously, we're struggling with information a little bit, except there's a decoy back there. Oh my gosh, there's the high alert. So now we act on high alert, and you can see, you know, minimap pings after a kill, weapon pings. I think he had a portable radar early. We're trusting high alert. You know, all those little things that we can use to start to get information, at which point we get that next kill. And I think that's a big component, is acting on that next kill as well. But in order to do that, we've got to get that first kill. Good shots right there. And he's in a really bad spot here. He's going to say that. Like, he's got not a lot of cover. He obviously doesn't have smokes here. He doesn't have any lethal or tactical. But more importantly, doesn't have any way to get out of that situation if he gets caught. He's trying to get kills before respawn ends so that they fly back in. Obviously gives him more kill potential. He probably should have... See, here's the tough part about this, is it's only 3 enemies. He's playing quads. So it would have been tough to leave that guy alive, but that would have been even more kills. Okay, here we go. I mean, respawn's disabled, so pressure is on now. One little mistake here, and he goes from a 50 kill game, or he chokes to 66, and he finishes at 50 if he makes one little mistake. So he's got to keep playing perfect here. He's played perfect thus far. Got to keep playing perfect. Trust your high alert. Yep, in the sky. There's one right there. Now he's got to jump down. He does have Mountaineer. This is where Mountaineer is a huge advantage. You can pretty much jump off of every building on this map with Mountaineer, except for, like, all the way top tower. By the way, if you're still watching this and aren't subscribed, like, what are you doing? You've already made it this far. I'm sure you found tons of value in this. So make sure you are subscribed down below. And if you are subscribed already, I love you guys. I appreciate it. We're at 280. That's crazy. A lot of you guys have been with me since, like, 10. Since OG Rebirth Island. Man, this is a fun game to watch. It's just so much fun. I'll never come close to this pace. I'm chasing 40. 40 is the number that I want to hit. Maybe a little higher than that, but... Yeah, bunch of information around us. Look at circle here. Oh, good shots right there. He just hurt him. Barely. But look at the centering. Watch the centering. Look at where the centering is. Not only centered as he slide cancels around the corner, but just high damage areas, right? He's centering chest and up. And that little jump allows him to mix even more headshots in, which means, what does that mean? Good centering. Hip firing for ADS means we take less damage. Only take half a plate. We don't have to finesse as much. If there was a second enemy there, he would have been able to challenge that guy. Yeah, got to be careful. 2 enemies up top above him here. Yeah, and he's got to push this now. He can't fight this on the edge of zone or else he's in a really tough spot here. Both on his level. One more ping would have been great, but that's always the case with UAVs and stuff. Always wish we had one more ping. Still 4 teams left. By the way, when we talk about high kill games, you know, and breaking PRs... Yeah, we can talk about this for a second. Guys, when we talk about, you know, breaking PRs and dropping these high kill games, like, obviously, yes, you need the lobby for it, but some things you need to go your way. I mean, you're going to see a bunch of buybacks here because of where circle pulls, right? There's 2 buy stations in circle. Gives teams the opportunity to keep regaining and regaining and regaining. It's going to be a huge advantage. I sold a 40 the other day where I think I finished with 36 or 37, and I should have had it, and teams just kept buying back and buying back and buying back, and I killed him and killed him and killed him. killed him. So, yeah, when it comes to dropping those high kill games, absolutely 100%. Sometimes you need something like this where there are buy stations in circle to get those few extra kills that you need to hit that PR.
Good buybacks. Good buybacks.
Yeah, good buybacks. Good buybacks. Great job. He's just going to play positioning, guys. He's just going to play a little bit of positioning here for now. You know, not overcommit to this enemy. Obviously saw him flying in, wants that kill, but he's going right back up to his high ground. Trust your high alert. Not 100% sure where, though. Up above. Fried. See ya. Is that... this is the SOA Subverter. Thing's nasty. Yeah, SOA Subverter, Holger 556 is really good. What's the other one? I think I'm missing one. Ram 7's okay now. I think Holger and the SOA Subverter are kind of the two top. I know I'm missing one. I'm on the spot, though. Yeah, I shot the guy a little too quick. Challenge around the corner. Yep. Good centering right here, right? Watch his centering. We'll just let it play at this point. Let's just let it play. I'll let it play out for you guys. We broke down enough at this point. Information, centering, strafing, opening up that FOV, obviously executing, and then that hip fire before you ADS and really making sure that you un-ADS to track enemies better. Look at this rotation. Tough rotation here. Bunch of enemies down below. He wants world record. I think world record, yeah, he said, I don't want to go down there. Prox mines. Free challenge, already set it up. Hip fire, done. Dead. 62. One guy right there, trusted his high alert. Now it's a 1v1, but I think the record before this was 64. I think it was 64, so the only way he can break it is with buybacks. Obviously, little aggressive, but Nixstah's not going to choke this, because watch what he's going to do. This is pretty easy for him. He's going to watch this guy buy back. Boom, boom. He's going to kill this guy. Last two guys are flying in, so unless something crazy happens here, I think world record was 64. Lucky had 63, and then somebody dropped 64, and then I think it skipped 65. He dropped 66. There's one. Just such an incredible game. I love breaking down his gameplay. 24,000 damage. That is absolutely insane. Guys, I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.